Hello everyone, welcome back to some more Kerbal Space Program. I've done a lot of science off camera, I've done a lot of flying with the plane, etc. We're now up to 537,000 funds. And I say, let's get some more plane parts. It's quite expensive to purchase in, 62 grand. Let's also upgrade the space plane hangar, there we go. We now have the beginnings of a control tower to buzz. And we have the Mark 1 inline cockpit, designed for sleek, high-speed aircraft. Still got this curiosity happening at certain angles, but let's ignore that. Now, we've got an actual engine that we can use now for planes. And not just a small intake, but a regular intake. Look at that. That's gonna help us do some stuff. First though, we'd like to maybe incorporate a Science Junior in here. And then put the circular intake on the front. There we go. Gives us a bit of wingspan as well. We'll probably go for a swept wing design on this. I'm sort of thinking something like... Not that. Not that either. Nah. We might just try this, we'll see what happens. Could also go with the these ones, but I'm not really feeling those ones, let's be honest. Could also put radial intakes on the wings or something. But we'll test this out and see how it does. Of course we need some fuel, so let's get the liquid fuel over there. Get the turbo fan on there. Now the important question is, no, we don't have any better wheels yet. So this is going to be very annoying. I'll probably start looking towards some better wheels next. Because these are pretty garbage, I'm not gonna lie. They're not very good at all. Yeah, but we'll try this little plane. I'm not sure how it's gonna fly. We will have to see, I guess. And if it will fly at all. Seems to be pretty level on its tripod gear, which is good. I am just now realizing that it might be a good idea to hit the brakes on this test flight, because we haven't included any control surfaces or a tail or anything like that. There we go, no harm, no foul. We didn't do anything yet, we didn't die. Most importantly. There we go, all the money back. We still have 250,000 funds to play around with. And we haven't killed anyone else since, so we should be good. Add a tail fin. There we go. We'll put some on there as well as... Not for pitch. Not for y'all. You're just gonna be... Actually, you will be pitch. And we'll try having you do roll as well. You can do nothing but yaw. There we go. We'll try using this as our setup, I suppose. And then if it works, I'm probably gonna be doing some more science off camera and fundraising. Basically all the stuff that keeps the space program flowing. We should have plenty of like yaw authority with that. Right! That's a bad test. That's fine, that's why we're testing. Do we want to try switching the wheels and gear around? Or do we just need better landing gear at this point? This might lead to a bit more stability. It's also a bit more conventional design. Although it depends on the nation that you're really looking at for conventional design. There's a lot of biplanes that had the wheel at the back. There's a lot of them. Also a lot of like more, I would say, more modern fighters that have a lot of the little wheel at the back. Like for example, first thing that springs to mind to me is the Yak fighters that had, and that's another bad test. So this is gonna stay grounded until we have better wheels, which is fair. It's very explosive. Good flight control over here. Ah, we've got some small landing gear here. Not gonna lie, pretty tempting. Yeah, that might be a good idea to get. I'd love it if we get a science mission to test it. Don't want to do that anyway. You prefer an orbit, so no thank you. I'll do some more science off camera and we'll be right back once more. Okay, so I may or may not have done a bunch of small experiments, etc. I did a little bit of driving around the Kerbal Space Center as well. I tested the Mark 16 XL over here. I actually tested the small landing gear a couple of times before getting the aerodynamics research here, so a little annoyed that it didn't actually come up when I needed it. And we are making great strides into... Oh, Bub's beer. Kerbal inventory system. Right. Silly people. Oh yeah, they also have a kettle blaster, because why the hell not? Anyway, let's see. We are obviously going to go for landing here, which will give us landing struts, launch escape system, Mark 16 parachute, heat shield. Even better, so it has a larger surface area, which will help us slow down. There we go, we'll purchase. And now we can go back to the bee, which is the name that I decided to give it. I'm not sure if that's an appropriate name. It just reminded me, like, hey, you sort of remind me of a bee for some reason. Now let's get rid of these crappy gear. There we go. We'll have it sit low on its... There we go. We'll have it sit very low on its rear legs. Jesus. Ideally, we'd need some hard points. I don't think we have any of those yet. You're gonna be scratching your behind on the runway a lot, buddy. Let's put him back here just so we cover it a little better. There we go. We will be testing this a bit more then. Jesus Christ. You are very derpy. Obviously, disable steering on them. Why the hell are you so jumpy? Seriously, this is very bad. Well, I haven't seen this before. Not gonna lie. Extra friction, it does not matter. We have some great gears. They are very jumpy for some reason. This is great. Is this a bug or something? I hope not. Either way, this is gonna make landing nigh on impossible. I wanna try flying it nonetheless. Yes! Science! This whole plane is... Ah, there we go. SAS to save the day. Flies reasonably well. Indoor cockpit is lovely. This is just me looking around with the mouse now. Unfortunately, track IR is still not working, and I don't think it will. I'm not sure why, but long story short, we're not going to get any of that. It's all very unfortunate. Can you spin out like the other craft? No. That's sort of boring then, but also a hell of a lot safer. Material study is giving some actual science, which is great. Does it look sort of disturbing, so let's close the doors. There we go. Back to looking smooth again. Oh right, because this engine has a lot more power, we are actually going a lot faster. Which is nice, don't get me wrong. Yikes. Yeah, no, that was just a test flight. Still not sure why the wheels are that derpy, I'm not gonna lie. It's really annoying me. I guess set the lights though. Oh, this might have something to do with it. Might have to check out the spring a bit more, and the dampening, etc. That might have been it. There you go. Revert back to the hangar. I don't think it should have... We'll try it out like that. I haven't really messed around with these landing gear. Like, I haven't played the game for a long time, but this is new. Yeah, I think it's all collapsed now in the back. It's not bad, I suppose. It's certainly better. It allows us to actually land this goddamn plane. And it's spinning out of control. You even friction. Can we take off? That would be grand, thank you. I've spent enough time on this ground. Yeah, I've spent enough time on the ground. Let's get rid of silly things like that. Keep, close. There we go. Still just a test flight, so if anything goes wrong, so be it. I don't think we'll go in for a test landing now. This has been unusual, to say the least. I've never seen a landing gear this derpy. In like the entirety of playing the game. None of the beta releases, etc. had this amount of derp. I'm gonna have to look into whether it's me screwing something up, which is admittedly possible. Would much like it if that were to be the case, but hell, I've done worse. Windows off, there we go. We'll cut in for a landing, deploy the gear. Which might increase resistance a little bit more, I'm not sure. Yeah, we'll come in for a landing now. He should ideally be able to take some higher speeds. Let's quickly... There we go. Coming in for a good landing. Bump the hell out of it. It's just the front gear being weird. Jesus Christ, buddy. I'm more surprised that I actually managed to touch down with that. Jesus Christ. That was not good. Not good at all. Jesus. Might have to play around with the dampening a bit, but Lord, that was... Ugh. That was very weird. Very weird. Huh. And let's hit you to 0.5. Disable steering, because nobody likes steering on the wheels. At least I don't. Try dampener strength, I guess? Or perhaps dampener might be the issue here, I'm not sure. Anyway, this is weird. Still rolling back, I see. Some things never change. I think dampening might be the issue. There we go. That was very derpy again. Can we set you to like 0.75 or something? Would that help? We'll set you guys to 0.6. There we go. Slow down. The engines, there we go. It's still doing it. It's a lot less, admittedly, so that's good. There we go. I like how smooth it flies. Then again, it probably helps that I'm flying on a joystick. Let's use the keybinds quickly. Keybinds are not as kind, but joystick rules all. Let's try for a water landing. Yeah, aileron rolling to try and bleed off speed, but there you go. Barrel rolls are where it's at. Yes, this is not a barrel roll. Well, it almost turned into a barrel roll at the end, but Star Fox has been lying to you all this time. I mean, probably most of you already knew that if you're watching Kerbal Space Program, but for those of you who didn't, aileron roll is literally just twisting around the axis, and the barrel roll actually involves you going slightly to the left or slightly to the right, therefore actually spinning around an imaginary barrel. Let me tell you that I did not expect that to go that well. But yeah, they worked on water landings, etc. It's now a lot easier. There you go. Now, can we take off again is the question. I doubt it, but you never know. This could be our first amphibious plane. Almost. It's like a dolphin. It just needs to... Yeah! That is why we test fly. That felt really good. Now, arguably, the real question is, can we land it again? I know the perfect place to try that out. So you see, on that island over there holds a little secret. We might have to go out and investigate it. Actually, how are you doing fuel use-wise? Yeah, that's a lot more than the other engines. But then again, you are also going a lot faster. You've probably got a higher surface ceiling as well, which means we can fly higher. You provide a lot more thrust. That is a very good specific impulse there. Try and do some barrel rolls again to slow down. What was that? It's something on the ground over there. Guess we'll have to try and investigate. Do a little quick save just in case we break, because I'd rather bring the science home if we can. That'd be lovely. Check the cockpit. Oh, I love this. I just love flying in cockpits everywhere. And trying to do things. Which is why I'm incredibly sad that Track IR isn't working in the current update. It worked in like 1.0.5. Oh, by the way, for those of you who don't know, Track IR is basically an infrared sensor with a special program. It allows you to basically look around as if you're like in VR, you know, people looking around and manipulating the camera that way. Sort of like that, except you have like special IR reflectors on your head or a hat or something. We just got a first record. We'll check it out in a minute after we touch down on this remote runway. Here we go, flare a little bit of speed. 70 meters per second. I think we can afford to touch down now. Activate the wheels, the brakes, just in case. Bit of a rough landing, but then again. 40, 30. Okay, so we can still land, that's good. Now let's check out that record. We discovered an abandoned island airfield on Kerbin. Well, hello there. Let's use this plane's special reverse feature, which isn't special at all, it's just there. Quickly enable steering, there we go. We are now reversing back to the runway so that we can actually use it to take off and just do things like look around, etc. Actually, let's quickly speed up time just a little bit. So aside from just having a random traffic control tower over there, there's also those random plots, which I'm not sure what they mean, but they're there. And then in the hangar over there should be some old parts. So let's quickly park her in this magnificent reverse mode that we have accidentally created. And there we go. That is an homage to some old stock parts that were in the game. You know what? Let's clap in the wheels. Jeb, go pay respects. Yeah, these used to be the old... This was the old Mark 1 command capsule, which was in like the earliest versions of the game. Just imagine saluting or something. And this used to be the old fuel tank and the old engine. These were in the game when I first started playing Kerbal Space Program, and it is amazing that they're still here lying in this old abandoned hangar for no reason. I like the little nod. It's a nice piece of history to look back at. And there we go. Let's get out of here. Oh god. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. We'll reload the quick save. I can't be bothered to go back. It's a test flight after all, because besides that was just something funny I wanted to show you. So where are we now? Oh yeah, we're coming in on a landing approach. Let's not. Like we can't actually flip out of control easily anymore with this new design. Will be very useful for doing science off camera. Yeah, we'll land and then we'll end this sort of lackluster episode, but then again, planes. I like planes, I like flying planes, I like flying with the joystick, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video regardless. There we go, let's get over towards the base. I mean, at this speed we could probably collide it, actually. Looking good. I think we just broke a sound barrier. Yeah, we are coming in very hot. We could just kill the engine right now. Yeah, we can actually see the wind coming off of our ship here as we come in for a landing approach. We'll deploy the gears because they do an amazing job of providing air brakes. We'll also flare off our speed. There we go. Just point far enough away from your vector and you will slow down automatically. It's very useful, I'm not gonna lie. That is one benefit of our old design, our flapping plane. It could very easily slow down. Just flare up a bit and oh, all its speed is gone. There we go, coming in for a landing approach. We're still going quite fast, so we gotta keep an eye on that. There we go. Well, we're down to 100 meters per second now. Make that 70, roughly. Not the most prestigious flying, but it's Kerbal Space Program. It's already better than what they're used to. Let's not accidentally flip the camera right before we're coming into land. There we go. Thanks to our rear dragging legs, we managed to touch down, slow down, etc. And there we go. We now have a new plane basically ready for science. I will be doing more tuning of the dampening, etc. off camera, but that will be resulting in the next episode, where we will do a flyby of the moon for a lot of money and a little bit of science. Plus, we can attach an antenna to it. Maybe some solar panels if we research. Which one is it? I think it's electrics. Yeah. Then we can attach some voltaic panels to it, so we can actually see and transmit and everything. But that's gonna be next episode. If you enjoyed the episode, then please do leave a like down below. Leave a comment if you have anything to say. And until next time, have a good one, folks.